Hello guys, welcome back to Cassette Confessions. In this video we'll look at Paul and Bill, 45 minutes of fun, or 45 minutes, just depends how you pronounce that title very much. I think it's 45 minutes of fun really, from 1991. This is another VHS I've actually found in the photo, believe it or not. I never knew I had this actually. Paul and Bill, I actually did a video of nostalgia back in the day, I think back maybe a couple of years ago actually, about two or 3 years ago really, believe it or not. And it's quite short because I didn't know much about it actually, and I kind of vaguely knew about it, but maybe on TV, maybe seen little bits and pieces on television. But I never knew I had a VHS tape of the show itself. So that's interesting. So it's a little bit worth talking about. Of course, follows the adventure of Lighthouse Bill. He's also got his two assistants, Ross and Cromarty, a few people like Finn Astaire as well, Eddie as well. There's a few characters here and there on the little town that's nearby. It's actually based on a real place, that is. So if anyone, that's a little, maybe a little tidbit, like it's actually based on an actual little fishing town with lighthouse and everything else. I can't remember what it's called now, but someone will comment down below what that'll be. So what we've got here is 8 stories, but they're originally broadcast into 2. So it's like, you know, you have like 4 10-minute episodes, or 8 5-minute episodes. So interesting, bit of an old one, but we'll get through it actually. I had to write down a list down to remember what the episode titles are, because it's hard to forget sometimes with episode content now and again. So I think with this one actually, because I had to recently evaluate and rewatch it and see, is there anything memorable about it. There's a few good things, of course. So 8 stories. Let's go through this at the moment. So first up, of course, jam session. Cromarty learns to play the guitar, dressed up in 70s gear. That is hilarious. That is. I think it's a funny start to open to this video. Obviously, Bill and Ross take exception to it. Of course, Finn Astaire is joined in because he said, "Oh, we're just going to do a jam session upstairs," and there's jamming the guitar. Cromarty's singing as well. It's like he's drunk. Norman Rossington actually does a really good job. Actually, it's like he's had one too many beforehand. Like he's all grooved up here, and he ends up strumming badly. It is absolutely hilarious. Then afterwards, Ross comes in with a drum kit and just bats constant on the toms and everything else. It's hilarious. And afterwards, Bill decides enough and brings out his bagpipes, which is hilarious. It's funny as hell. It's very simple. It's very simple humor. It's funny. I do find it hilarious. I do. So it's a brilliant start to open up. That's a good one. Bit out of the blue at the moment for the first time watching it. First episode. Do some music. Cromarty trying to become a rock star. Learn the blues, man, and stuff like that. Jam licks. Oh. I just find it quite funny. It's hilarious. Then afterwards, I got a tiny list on here, so on the back of a ticket. So, Inspector Calls is next, or Unexpected Calls, or whatever. It has different titles. It does. It's all right. Nothing too much happens here. Ross and Cromarty have been visited by an inspector to the lighthouse, and all stuff goes wrong. Paperwork and all sorts of items just go all over the place. AWOL. So why not? Not one of my least favourites out of the selection so far. Oh, let me have a look. One sec. Important Message is up next. That's actually a good one as well, actually. Basically, due with Cromarty's stupidity, of course, Bill is trying to wave a message. Wave a message is actually fishing for lobsters, and obviously he gets confused. I think, oh yeah, I think we're going fishing or something afterwards. It's like, and he gets totally confused. But it's again another funny one. It's like it's a funny thing about communication. It is absolutely hilarious. Again, very funny. Next up, we've got his buried treasure. Cromarty, of course, he always focused on Cromarty. That haphazard fool gets a metal detector, and he ends up breaking a hole in a pipe with Fred Astaire is back, of course, and he has a pickaxe, and he decides to dig in the middle of the road and just burst a pipe. Sounds familiar, that does. But it was actually beforehand. But this episode actually precedes the one you're thinking of a different show. So you think, because this came out in '83. This show. but the other one came out in A6, A7. So yes. Oh yes, pretty good. Out of that as well, excuse me about that. I have to check the list again. It's really, I can reflect on light in this one. Buried Treasure. Then we have got Atmospheric Interference. That's another funny one, that actually. Excuse me. They're trying to watch a football game, but the wind, the storms, this game rather similar fails. Grumpty uses a weather changing kit or something. All he does was, the only thing he actually just did was, he just turned the aerial on the lighthouse back and think, I forgot the character's name, who basically, I think it's Eddie as well actually. Eddie, the shopkeeper, just comes on a boat for supplies and stuff. And he's saying, "Oh, I see you're an expert in this whole weather changing business." And you think, and he's like, "Yes, I am." He sort of lies to him and think, "Yeah, that sort of thing." But it's again another funny one. So I do enjoy that one. Yeah, then we go. Was it Drogo's best trick? All right, so it's just to do with a dog, really. To do with Bill's dog, because trying to get the attention of Eddie because Bill's in trouble, of course, because Eddie's also a waterboard expert as well. Bit strange actually, but it can be many things that can. A waterboard attendant or lieutenant or inspector, something like that. Yeah, so. That's all right. It's not a bad episode really. I do like the scene when Bill throws a stick and he ends up throwing a hole and Finis stays in the hole as well. It's like that is actually pretty funny. That is. I do have to admit that scene. But overall, it's all right episode. It's along with Inspector Calls. It's like one of the weaker ones really, to be honest. And then afterwards we have got. Excuse me about this. I do apologise. I'm not for everything, excuse me. I'm not for everything. That is actually really, again, another funny one as well. I do like the scene when that little girl jumps into Bill's arms when the ball comes. That is absolutely hilarious. That is. I really think there's some good little bits and pieces that make it funny. That does. It really makes it sort of humorous. To me, actually, it's like, people think, okay, but I find it quite hilarious. I do. I actually do. All to do with handy of Tannibal by bringing to a post because it's escaped and everything else. I've always ended with a bit of string and all sort of stuff, like what Bill carries. But another funny one, I do like that one actually. I'm not for everything, that's good. And then finally, the 8th and final one is a wind-powered vacuum cleaner, or the wind-powered vacuum cleaner. Grumpty invents a vacuum cleaner which he sticks a propeller out the window, and while there's heavy gales and stuff, he just sucks everything off, of course, because Ross and Grumpty had to do spring cleaning around the lighthouse, unfortunately. So he invents. It's quite similar to a few shows here and there. One springs to mind. Gadget Man. It's like that, even though it was actually before Gadget Man came out a few years ago. So there is some early hints, and you think, I wonder if the Watcher think we can do this better, or something like that. Who knows? But another funny one. I love the dust cloud effects, of course. Like it's all hand drawn and 2D. It's actually really funny. It's because when you turn clockwise, it sucks in. If you turn it if it turns anti-clockwise, it sucks out. When the breeze comes in from the other side, it's hilarious, of course. Well, and that vacuum cleaner seems very powerful because when you watch it, it's like being stuck in an air tunnel. It's actually. The animation's really good actually on that one. So, it's like they can be a bit ambitious. They can be simplistic but ambitious at the same time. This is actually the ambitious one out of the set on the VHS. Hilarious. So I do think it's a really good VHS. This is, even though I never actually knew about it until I looked at the photograph I mentioned a few times. But overall, it's actually a really nice stories. And Paul and Bill itself, the Adventure of Paul and Bill, is actually a decent show. My reappraise it because it's an old thing from childhood now. So it's an instant classic for me. This is so. Even though I think Path of Nostalgia, I never really knew I owned something like that. It was like, I don't know, show really. I talk about that. Anything significant? Well, not much really, but I have to reappraise it. It is quite funny in places as well, even though it's simplistic and charming. Paws and Pat type of level really. So, but it's nice. It is good actually. I really enjoy that one. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. As always, see you for the next video, and see ya.